Welcome back to BombTag Olympics. This time we're starting off with the group stages in the round of 16. We're starting off with Group C, with Aljabri, DomoDaPotato, Skye, and Turik. Our first match of the day is between Aljabri and Domo. Let's get it started. Once again, this is a best of 3. And the first player to win here will move on to the winner's match to face off against the winner of the other bracket. Aljabri not having the greatest luck, or at least didn't manage to get the bomb in the right place at the right time. Domo farming up. Domo seems to be having some really good item luck so far. Both people farming really well. It seems like Domo might be maxed out now, as Aljabri looks to seal the deal in the item department. We now have the maximum amount of items he can have. Let's see if Domo can overcome what Alj has brought to us. Now Domo is... We ended up in a draw for the first game. So as for the skill level of those players, I know that Aljabri is fairly decent when he actually tries. I don't see him play too much anymore. He usually stays away from keyboard, just getting experience to rank up, which is why he's such a high rank. Domo, however, he may be less experienced, but he's also pretty decent when it comes to playing this game. So I can foresee Domo at least getting one match up against Aljabri. But we'll see if he's able to execute on it. Both players still. Aljabri having maxed out is now trying to engage. Domo almost making a mistake there, but managing to escape the trap that Alj set for him. Or he set for himself, I think. And Domo ends up winning against Aljabri. Well played. I knew that Domo would be able to pull at least an upset against Aljabri, but I didn't expect him to play so well. That is very nice. Now moving on to the second match, if Aljabri could start. Seems like he wants to wait a bit. I guess Domo had the same idea. Thinking Alj had a little bit of confusion. Both players having a really similar playstyle. Perhaps Aljabri a little bit more refined in some areas, but Domo definitely not too far behind skill level wise. Let's see if Domo is able to close out this series, or if Aljabri will take it back and show that his rank is in fact not just for show. We ended up in another draw, interestingly enough. Is Aljabri getting a little bit tilted from the loss that he's gotten? Perhaps. Perhaps Aljabri not expecting Domo to have the first match taken away from him. Luckily this time around all 4 players are in fact present, so we will have a full group round. Aljabri having his normal outfit that he changes every so often. Domo not quite having the DLC to change his outfit so much. Aljabri pulling a little strategy off on Domo, and Domo not expecting it, pulls down. Our series is now equalized to 1 apiece. Domo perhaps being a little bit salty over the item RNG, getting a little bit baited by the bomb drop that Alj sent up as a trap. Perhaps on purpose, perhaps a little bit luckily. So the winner of the next one that wins the match will be moving on to the winners match. Both people would love to go to the winners match, to not face off against the winner of Skye versus 2R later on. Domo seems to be having a little bit more of a defensive setup for item gathering, whilst Algae is looking to have a very strong appearance in trying to be very aggressive very early on. And Alj not quite getting stuck behind anything. Domo trying his best. Is that it? Not quite. The bombs did not explode fast enough. However, even still, Domo is still in the game, trying his best to pull off an upset, but unable to do so as he barely was not fast enough to move out of the way. So Alj moves on to the winners match, and Domo will be taking on the losers match. Our next match is between Skye and 2R, or some people like to call him Rick. Now both of those players are really good, but Skye seems to be just ever so slightly up on the skill level. I do expect Skye to perhaps take it, maybe a 2-0, maybe a 2-1, but I believe 2R has a chance. 2R does seem to have at least somewhat of a refined playstyle, but Skye perhaps a little bit better in both farming and the overall execution of not only players but the execution of strategies. 2R getting a little bit stuck behind his own bombs there, her own bombs. Skye and 2R both female. 2R destroying a couple of boots, perhaps intentional. As both players are clearing out the map, it seems like Skye really enjoys a clear map where there's no boxes, and Skye unfortunately killing herself in the process via a box glitch that happens. Apparently, according to Skye, her controller disconnected. Is that a strategy, or is that something else? If we do count it, then 2R will be up 1-0. We'll see how much we'll have to... If 2R wins 2 in a row, then 2R will be the winner anyway. If Skye wins 2 games from here on out, then Skye will be taking it on. Alright, let's try one more time. Hopefully this time, if there was a control disconnection, it will no longer happen. It wouldn't be the most fun thing in the world to have your controller stop working in the middle of an important match. Two are having really great item RNG, meanwhile Skye is finally receiving the boots that she really needs. And now perhaps aiming to go ahead and open up a path to 2R to engage in battle. And it looks like both players are in fact now trying once again to empty up the map to make sure that there are no obstacles in the way of any sort of potential bombs they might want to place down. I do respect that. Some people try to beat others via different methods. And Skye ends up not pulling off a strategy that she perhaps was aiming to do, and ends up falling in battle. So right now, 2R would be up 2-0, but if we don't discount the first game, 2R would be up 1 game. So we'll have one more match to see if 2R can in fact pull off another win. I did expect 2R to at least have a fighting chance against Skye, but it appears that I may have underestimated it 2R a little bit. 2R playing a lot better than she normally does, as far as I'm aware. She is really trying to pull off the upset and move on to the winner's match to take on the winner of Aljabri, who also had a game taken away by Domo, but was able to pull it off and take back 2 games. Both players once again really fond of taking out the boxes before they engage in battle. Let's see if Skye can now pull off whatever she was planning on doing, or if she will once again not have the greatest luck and perhaps end up... No. Skye takes the game now. So supposedly this game is now at an equalized state at 1-1. The next person that wins will be moving on to the winner's match to face off against Aljabri, and the loser to the loser's match to face off against Domo. Skye needs just one more win now to go ahead and advance to the winner's match and not lose against 2R. Let's see if she is able to pull it off, or if 2R will close the deal. It appears 2R may be having a bit of a better item lock than Skye. But Skye is not far behind, as both are cleaning up the map again on their side first. Both people looking to draw a lot of lines of bombs to once again take out all the boxes as they now engage in battle. As both are hogging the top right corner now. A very intense moment for 2R for a moment there, but able to escape and not surrendering yet, and 2R ends up taking the win against Skye. That is quite surprising if I do say so myself. Skye being a really good player. 2R wins 2-1. And now we will have a match between 2R and Aljabri. We will return right back. And now we have our winners match between 2R and Aljabri. Aljabri able to overcome Domo, and 2R surprisingly able to overcome Skye. But let's see which one. Now let's see which one will raise victorious in this match. Let's see if Skye is able to pull off another upset against Aljabri, or if Aljabri is in fact the better player and able to advance into the round of 8 first. Of course, the winner is able to go into the round of 8, and they will also be the first person to reach there, as this is the first group stage match that has been recorded as of currently. Aljabri looking to have a little bit better of an item lock than 2R. It looks like Aljabri takes the first match. To her perhaps making a little bit of a mistake there. Hopefully she can fix that mistake in the second round, and perhaps take the win in that game, or at least not die in an embarrassing way like that. As I wanted to say before, Aljabri looks like to not enjoy clearing out the map, but rather use strategies around the boxes to see if he can pull off a switcheroo, or a little bit of a strategy that perhaps 2R is not expecting, like the box glitch that we saw earlier versus in Skye versus 2R. If anyone doesn't know what a box glitch is, basically if you place two bombs around a box and make them explode at the same exact time, the box will allow flames to go through itself on one side. And apparently I was wrong, because Aljabri as well is looking to clear the entire map of boxes. And Aljabri able to out-strategize 2R in a 2-0 fashion. Very fast, no draws. Aljabri moves on to the round of 8, the quarterfinals. And now we move on to our losers match between Domo and Skye. 2R is joining to watch the match with us, so don't pay too much attention to her, I suppose. Now Domo and Skye are facing up against each other on the opposite diagonal of the map, but hopefully that shouldn't matter too much. Domo, who was able to pull off an upset, at least a one-map win against Aljabri of all people, is now looking to not lose in the losers bracket. If you do lose in the losers match, you will be eliminated, so one of these people will in fact not be making it to the quarterfinals, unfortunately. Will it be Skye or will it be Domo? This is what we're here to figure out. Domo is now full of items and looking to engage Skye in battle. Domo not so fond of clearing out the map of boxes. Skye trying to adapt, but Domo unfortunately pulling up a little bit of a suicidal move there. Unfortunately, a draw isn't going to get you anywhere, so we're still at 0-0, and this is still a best of 3. And now we have another game. Let's see if one is able to win this one and not have another draw. We've been having quite a few draws in this tournament so far. I did expect to have at least some draws, but it looks like we're having a lot more. Skye is swimming in boost right now. And Skye seems to be full of items now, looking to get an engagement off on Domo, who started the engagement before. Domo perhaps not full on items yet, needs a bomb, needs a shoe, needs items. Perhaps he is full now, I am unsure. Seems like Domo needs a couple more bombs before he is full on items. Not quite able to get that bomb due to it being destroyed. Skye asserting pressure, and Skye is able to successfully assert pressure and killing Domo in the midst of that pressure. And Skye is now up 1-0 against Domo. Domo will need to start pulling off a comeback from here, or he will not be able to advance anywhere from here. No more mistakes allowed for Domo. Let's see if he is able to go ahead and at least pull off another win to take it to the last game. Domo not having the best item lock right now. Not having a lot of shoes. Not having a lot of flame. Skye seems to be having a great time, however. But it seems like both of them have now arrived in their rightful state of having the items they want. Domo able to destroy some items, and Domo was unable to go ahead and survive that line of bombs. So unfortunately Domo is now out of the tournament, and Skye moves on to the last match. And now we have our final match of Group C. 2R2R versus Skye. Let's see. One of them is going to advance to the quarterfinals, and one of them will lose here. Domo is in fact doing the thing that I wanted him to do. Good. Domo is here now to spectate who is going to win. Domo was able to take one map off of Aljabri, but not against Skye. Skye perhaps a little bit too strategical for Domo to handle. But 2R was able to handle against the other people. Let's see if one of them will now go ahead and take home their win of this group and move on to the quarterfinals. I believe 2R was the one who was able to take out Skye beforehand. I asked her a little bit later, she did not expect to win against Skye, but she did in fact end up winning. So let's see if she's able to go ahead and replicate that win, or if she's now going to die like that. So that's the first game over to Skye. 2R still has one more chance. Just needs to pull off 2 more wins to advance. But Skye is in her way. And Skye is not looking to give away her spot like that. Skye a little bit slower at placing down the first bomb. Shouldn't mean too much, but every second might matter. Especially if you're trying a very aggressive strategy like some people have tried before. Doesn't look like other player is looking to have a very aggressive strategy. Both players looking to have a very macro-oriented opening, trying to farm up their items and go on from there. 2R a bit further onwards in the map, looking to go ahead and open up the way to Skye. Skye now clearing the world of foxes, looking to have a clear engagement without any obstacles. There are 2 blocks left which Skye is going to get rid of now, and now the engagement will begin. Let's see if other player is going to... Both players really looking to enjoy their kicking style, looking to kick a lot of bombs, see if they can pull their enemy off guard. Skye a little bit more strategic in bomb placement, trying to make chains, while 2R looking to just place bombs, kick them someplace. Similar to Dapper that we will see later in Group A. 2R trying to be very careful this time around, not taking any risks, really trying her best. Skye is not giving up though. Skye is also taking it carefully, making sure to not die to anything dumb. 2R perhaps taking a few unnecessary risks, but so did Skye. And now the match is equalized up to 1-1. One of these people is going to win and move on to the quarters. I see that Domo is waiting for 2R. I personally am not on any particular side. I just want to see some good games. Even Skye is on 2R's side. So apparently everyone is hoping for 2R to win. 2R seems to have lots of fans, to the point where even Skye is a fan of 2R. Skye not having the best luck on the boot side, but now having maxed out on all of the other items, is now going to be able to swim in all the boots that she really needs. Both people once again looking to clear out the entire map. 2R just getting her final items, perhaps missing one boot, which he finally gets now. Now I suppose the map clearing will commence, and once that is done we will have our final engagements. If this doesn't end in a draw, then it will end in someone winning. The last box has been cleared, and the engagement has started. You are a bit risky there, but fortunately the bomb flame was not far enough to go ahead and end 2R's life right there. That's fortunate for 2R, as she keeps living She will live to see another day. Skye, however, looking to get that win that she really wants. Both players taking it very cautiously. Skye making lots of different kinds of chain reactions, seeing if she can pull 2R up into a bad place and take the win that way. 2R, however, taking the necessary safety precautions in order to make sure that something like that doesn't happen. And now the match has gone on for a long enough time that sudden death has commenced. And Skye was able to utilize the sudden death to take out 2R. And thus 2R will be now moving on to the round of 8, to the quarterfinals. We'll be seeing more of her there. Unfortunately, 2R will be saying bye to the tournament now, but it was well played. 2R able to win against Skye in the first game, but Skye making the right adaptations and pulling it off in the second round and winning against 2R, showing for the real bosses. And that wraps up the results for Group C. Domo put up a good fight, but unfortunately he didn't make it. And Turek, while he had a great fight against Skye in the first match, he ended up losing to him in the second match. And thus Aljabri and Skye end up advancing to the quarterfinals.